a lot of the trailers come with this this basic light here. I've already taken the cover off. Now this one's an LED, so it's a little bit brighter, but a lot of them come with just like a single dinky halogen lamp that just doesn't light this thing very good at nighttime. You're in here unloading, loading gear, and you need to be able to see, and a lot of times that single halogen lamp is just not good enough. So we also bought some of these 12-way or 12 volt, sorry, 12 volt LED strip lights that we're going to put along the trailer rib up here. We bought 4 of these, and these are all off Amazon, so the links will be in the description. The one thing that's nice about these is they've actually got push button on and offs. I'm going to wire them directly to the light that's already in the trailer, so anytime that light has power, or anytime that light has power coming to it, the light doesn't necessarily have to be on, but anytime it's got power hooked up to it, so if there's a vehicle hooked up to it, it's going to engage the power on these, and then you can turn these on and off. Nice click. You can turn these on and off as needed. And then we also, a lot of work going on in the trailer. We're also going to install some backup lights, and they are just the simple like LED pod style system. We're gonna put these on the back. On my black trailer, I had them installed directly into the wiring harness. I did that myself, so whenever I put the vehicle in reverse, the lights would come on to allow me to reverse in some light. But on this one, instead of putting them directly to the reverse lights, we're going to tie that also into the 12 volt system here, and we're going to put it on a switch. So at any time he can flip them on, flip them off. Now it's not going to come on automatically, which is kind of like what I prefer, but it's not my trailer. If he wants to get out, turn the switch on and off, that's totally fine. The nice thing about that is that because he's putting it on a switch, if the truck is hooked up to the trailer, then he should be able to turn them on, turn them off at any time. So it'll be nice to have some light as you're loading and unloading, with the additional lights inside, and the lights, you know, kind of lighting up what's directly behind the trailer, so you can see good as you're bringing gear in. I went ahead and took the switch off of the wall, 2 screws, one here, and it exposes the wires. Now normally, under normal circumstances, generally black is always your ground and white is usually your hot lead. But if you kind of look up here, I don't know if you can see it, as I pull the black and the white, you'll see white is grounded right here, and black is kind of tied in this loop, connecting other stuff back to the trailer. And then if we run up here to the front, this is one of those amber markers. You'll see that this yellow is also tied into this black as well, so that leads me to believe that the black is actually the positive and the negative is just grounded here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie in to these lights here using these adapters, or add a tap, or whatever you want to call them. I don't really generally like to use these things, but you know, it's quick, it's easy, and it's what come with the trailer, so I don't feel so bad. So we're going to tie in up here, and then I'm going to run a cable along here and install one on every other bar. So there'll be one right here, right there. We're going to skip this one right there. We're going to skip this one right there, and then we're going to skip one and then go back to the back. So we've got plenty of lights in the back as well. They attach using these little brackets that they've included. Somehow I don't think those will stand up to the road, so I might, got a nasty boo-boo. Safety first, guys. But I'm going to use like some self-tappers, because I think that would be a lot better situation. So let's get started. Alright, so we got the last bracket up. You see I used some self-tapping screws there, just because what came with it I don't think would be a very good fit. So these snap into a little groove on the side. Perfect. So snaps into place. You got the pigtail hanging out over here. Now the one thing I kind of do wish these had that they don't, instead of the power button is like a cool thing to have if you don't want them all on at one time. Most people though are going to want these on. I would really like for these to have a pair of power ins and a power throughs on each side, just so we could link all of the other ones. You see there's one there, and one there. It would make for a much cleaner and simpler installation, but we've got to essentially splice these every time we connect one, and it's just going to have a lot of wire in the ceiling. So I think what I'm going to do is run it up and over. You see I can get some wire through there, so I think I'm going to run it up and over, then gaff tape it down, up and over again, gaff tape until we get to our very last one. Of course, we've got to come off of here to get to our light down there, so that should be a pretty simple run. Instead of splicing at the light like I originally planned, I'm just going to go ahead and splice right here because that wire's here, and then we're going to ground, we're going to essentially ground this to itself. So we got the lights installed. Wait for this to focus. Alright, so as you can see, we use these quick connects to run positive and negative. What I ended up doing, since all these were going to be hooked together anyway, I pretty much just ran one wire kind of up through the ceiling grid, and then I was able to quick connect onto all of them. So one simple run instead of doing more than one cable run. I think that's going to work out a lot better. Now, of course, I don't like this. I think it looks a little weird. So what we're going to do, we're probably just going to go over this with some black gaff tape. Something you're not really going to notice. Nobody's going to see it. Nobody, you know, it doesn't really matter. I just don't like the way this is not as clean as I would like. So we'll go over that in the end. Of course, we got to test this stuff. We got to test it before we even do that. And I did not do a good job of like testing this before I even got started. I just assume it's going to work because I've done this before, but your mileage may vary, so do as I say, not as I do. Test one and then move on to the next one, because if one doesn't work, you're screwed. Alright, now that we've got our ceiling lights installed, we're going to be installing these guys here as some backup slash visibility lights. We're going to be putting them on this corner right here. So essentially when he flips the switch, that'll be in there. These will come on and provide some light for getting into the trailer. If you can't tell, this is day 2 and I'm sick. I don't have the Rona, but man, do I feel like it. So I'm kind of dragging ass today. And it's okay. Sometimes dragging ass is okay. Today is one of those days. Alright, so this guy is mounted up there. It takes one nut that holds this on, and then these are Allen keys that hold the actual light on, and then you're going to have to drill another hole for the power to go through, and then it's a good idea to go ahead and put some silicone on that just to make sure it doesn't leak inside. Yes, you are going to have to drill a hole in your trailer, but these things are basically made out of toothpicks and bubble gum. As you can see, this thing is a little crooked, so we'll put the light on there, twist it back, and then tighten it up, and then I still have to drill another hole right there for the power. But yeah, we're almost done. As you can see, even a nice trailer, it's like, is it really that nice? All trailers kind of suck. It's just which one sucks the least. Like, for instance, take I don't know if you guys can see that. Take a look at that weld. It's like, this is a well-known trailer manufacturer, and their welds look like dookie trash. So yeah, it's kind of, with trailers, they say you get what you pay for, but that's not always necessarily the case. Unless you've got like a big like touring trailer, they're all gonna suck. In some shape or form, they all suck. Alright, so for the wiring, you need to fish one end through the top, and then I've got just regular old cheap cable, cheap wire. It's 18 gauge, 14 gauge, something like that. I'm not really all that worried about it. But it's going to run through the tray. Pops down right here. we're gonna splice into here, which is our second light, and then we're gonna tie these two together, and then one end is gonna go all the way down to our light switch. Now this is the factory switch, and I'm going to be putting in this little guy, this toggle switch. I'll be mounting it on the side here because it's really a decent spot to put it. So essentially this will turn on your inside lights, this will turn on the outside lights, and we're going to go ahead and tap power here just because it's so freaking convenient. And yeah, it should make for a quick and simple install. Alright, so got my switch wired up. It is going to be right there. It's going to be mounted to the wall. So this one will control our house lights. This is going to control our back lights. Simple plug, just wired into the back. And then I'm going to screw this back on. Alright, back at the trailer day. This is day number 3 now. This is definitely not a 3-day job. This is like an hour and a half job. But I keep getting busy. But I finished up today. So, let's show you what we got. We ended up putting some gaff tape to keep these wires just kind of up there and covered. All in all, looks decently well. And we're going all the way back, and there are the light bars. So, like I said, these have their own individual cutoff. Let me go ahead and pull this plastic off of there. They all have their own individual, switch, but again, we got this guy right here, and then we installed this switch here for our reverse lights out back. And then we also wired in some plug-ins, but I'm not an electrician, so I'm not going to show you anything about that. But just know that like these have a pigtail at the front of the trailer that he can plug in, and then he can use this if it's empty. He can plug a fan in if he's getting stuff in and out. Doesn't have to burn up, all that good stuff. So installed one on either side, but we'll show you what the lights look like, and then we will call this project done right after I clean up my mess. Alright, beforehand this guy was all we had, but now check it out. We got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we step out back. Got our LED pods on either side. And again, so these are independently controlled. So you don't have to have the original. You don't have to have the original light on for these to function. As long as the trailer lights are on or the running lights are on the vehicle, these are going to work, and you can turn them on and off. And then this one here is going to work independently as well. And then of course, those are for our backup lights outside. Until tomorrow. See you later. Oh, there will be a before and after on this. Right now it's broad daylight, so it may look a little underwhelming. But what I'm going to do as soon as the owner of this trailer has an event, or maybe even if he doesn't have an event, I'm going to have him turn these on at nighttime. That way you can really kind of see what's up. Because again, right now it's probably a little underwhelming, but at nighttime it's going to make a huge difference. Huge difference. But again, I'm sick, I'm going home. Until next time, DJ Woopig. See you tomorrow.